Kromano, some your MPs, any ministers, Your Excellency. Musa MPs, ministers, I want to say Kumasi. Apart from MPP, business gurus, I was an woman true person. Obiatima dollar, who does a be we are. That's why I want to done my wife. And myself, I didn't hear me understand. Somebody died, so said, a baby muscle, I'm about something, the slap. Yadima any support to the art. And Yemen Pia was a woman who ministers, no MPs, any party members. Ever put your papa, Yasu Yabia, also the part of the
and I was very happy, say Okan in front of Dr. Elijah Mahmoud Bawumia. Because anything about the economy, dollar, we should ask Dr. Elijah Mahmoud Bawumia. Because he made a famous speech. If fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And nobody, no economist can do propaganda with an economy. So if in doubt of the economy, let's observe the exchange rate. Now, what is the exchange rate? The dollar has increased. Prices of goods and services automatically.
We are for Ken TV soon. Mo bibi akwa bashronko ede by a platform you. So we are for Ken. We are for truth, justice for all mediani abna papabi. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ekoshia Businessmen Nebusian for nso bu wakase bo enkase epampame emebi kwampo eso chama Wontumi so a enya asem keto yakone kwa video no emrana se ba Mr. Frank Adani ababeka yensa e studio hanom na ensem ne munchire mu nakasa wonfa emoye.
Some your MPs, any ministers, Your Excellency. Musa MPs, ministers, I want to say Kumasi. Apart from MPP, business gurus, I was an woman true person. Obiatima Bawumia. Here, all Canadians are Professor Obia or Banesia. Then a beer in them. Oh, President, someone sorry, Obia to me sorry. Because you went there. There were one there were baby or to support two businesses. Ever grow. We are a show enemy product. Is that water? They are one of the best mineral water in Ghana. And so the people are there on festival. From 2016, we must see some told you giving her more basic dog, electricity, a hammer grain, just a base. If you never check, if you have 20,000 and then you check 200 and something. Just a way one way we are electricity and use dollar. Who does a be beyond what we are? That's why I'm moving out of my wife. And myself. I didn't hear me understand. Somebody died, so said, a baby muscle, I'm about something, the slap. Yadima any support to the art. And Yemen Pia was a woman who ministers, no MPs, any party members. Ever put your papa, Yasu Yabia, also the part of the Amoya, and only idea. Because I never went MPP tonight, Obia and said MPP, Asante Stronghold. But so we are one, and you have a cost was anti-member. Wontumi not going to say MPP Asante Stronghold because we feared in someone. Oh, Broma. And never be all right. It's money, my MPs, for ministers, but Chama, I say MPP, but I'm in front of Ghana. We are over Fema, over Papa. And we are in a Yobia, and then something in an happen. It is the South, Sayakupaya, that's our overpower. And never be also little to prep, Emma will pay for some time I know put up. A Nipa will be the South. A Nipa will know one. A son, politicians, they are over a new program. It is a cell dog. Some are now over. Sani we did I get the Asanya Kukoya now the Ubena power. Just set over one piece. Every minister just says what he.
Mr. Frank Adani Mwakwaba Edibaya for Ken TV.
Abna papa bi mejoso.
Pajoso ho yede.
Oh Yankopon dom said the atamfo bre. Me ho yedodo.
Yeah, the Yankopon ase. Mr. Frank Adani we dey me pese nsema businessman e dey to do e be pensem ne hu no kra. E wo mami mi so as a political scientist aban no asede se obego business. Se ne e papa ye kan yana.
Bahima.
Papa.
In fact, the businessman is very bold. And ye kase ubi ye Ghana niya. Wachirese ampa o ye Ghana ni. Na yese ensuo etaya ponchire niya oje wo. Na se ye yi utiri na wankase mu nsususo a ye yiwa yibone. Na aya na mprempi no bebre na fi se Ashanti region eye NPP stronghold. Enti se biya na omo kase se wode abuampo ebegina ho a yebeto ama NPP anase se bi Asante for de omuhia na t-shirt NPP t-shirt asa. But what the businessman has said no approve wrong. Actually, when we talk of politics, we are talking of the development of the people. Amemfa kwanya we so na memfa enchia kese any congratulation Emma Miankasa me boss Dr. His Excellency Evangelist CNN and Nyanko Pardon Yabona Baso. Na sisi na baso body we die producer ya no the number to na adofonso so a congratulate no. Sisi Yamano commander of the most distinguished order of the special envoy. And in fact, Dr. Evangelist CNN wajia baso body bebre ewo US and wati US suenim wa bobrapa na baso body no abana jesi ya churo hu book me catch now when the title nko His Excellency Honorable Dr. Evangelist CNN intino onyeni paketwa into doctor I congratulate you for your new reward yedi amount inti adofo women congratulate Evangelist na wayade watigana susu anim na menchia we are for Ken worldwide, we are for Ken TV team USA for Ken North American chapter Ken's JZ TV USA na in fact abnan rade na me ho ayefe o me ho ayefe me se achim we frame me say Frank atade we koyiku ho honorable Ken birthday no na odi aba Sunday 16th no se na me de aba na mso o matenti se makoyi egu ho me se me mo bia anko ho atade no nti nyame ya adoma Sunday me shaba ano he package no so dia in fact package ni nie se masanso anya another property yes se me de beje fans wo krom me ko to bibia ma sheda na ekitame na me de je fans that is ENJ home decor nti you say me ka say ENJ de omoton enkonwa but nyenkonwa nko a both a man and me man tade enti the here say obefre number no ho enkonwa ya esi ho ya unse home babi owu bia ebetimi dia brew e wo fie anase obetimi aba shop na wapa abehwe de open na waje na me koso akaio we are for Ken construction ye de we da chinti ene we dream house nti wo hwe fie fefe da ho ya ye ton enti o contact Mr. Refugee Christiana ya no bedi ho nkomo na yahwe na opese usifie opese renovate ufie isan se amanfo ama ebimu fie ne ebimu anya problems nti ena we are for Ken yaba ofre ye na ya no bedi nkomo na ya de contractor no ama nti frɛ Mr. Refugee Christian na ye ni nkomo na ohwe ye advert no so ase a de ye bo hu dawru nyina no obehu se yes producer de ato kama pa nti fa number na wafre mse wo Royal Gallery ono so pesi esi se Ghana ni anase bibini esi so hene anase ohema wo ye wedding wo ye program wo ye bibia Royal Gallery na suku papa nso so de ida menko ye se Ghana PhD versus a foreign passport. So we go school we dey nko ade a we PhD no e be better than foreign passport. Lead international and then and I say Rainbow International School. Ni nyina wo advert na say. Now, Obahima.
Papa.
As a political scientist, I will speak from my political perspective.
Okay.
Na mibia me de aba efie de. Na mesanso asre we are doing a political discussion. Enti se asem ye ka na wo ankasa so de atoto ho. As a political scientist, dear minim every political party, especially in Ghana, to Ghana, we have the common ideologies. The common ideologies are use socialism and capitalism.
Okay.
Now, there is other general rule, whether say or practices socialism and I say or practices capitalism. The responsibility of every government and say ube create an enabling environment for your citizens. Okay. Into you create enabling environment na citizens na tap into it. Na ubi also utilize it to benefit himself and the country. Into say ekobase you being the government won't mean create those enabling environment na citizens no ebre. It means your duty as a government or you have a shortfall.
Okay.
Now, my mention socialism no na mention capitalism no na yentiasie. Over Ghana ha, the practicing socialism the late President Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He brought socialism. But adia a ha na ye nimpanimfo ano no mubu Ghana no. Now they don't understand what we call socialism. Socialism no chere say te say memfa efie. Bia efie pani anase maame anase papa. Enti abusua na japade ni nyina ye de ama abusua panyini. Enti se wohia ensu a eya abusua panyini asede. Ubedidi a eya abusua panyini asede. Obehya atade de wohia no wo abusua no bia na de wohia no wo abrabo mu bia eya abusua panyini. Isan se ejapade ni nyina ehye nsem. Ena ode hwewo. Enu ntina sesabi obi firi mu na obi di ade na ya de nipa no ejapade ma di ade na di nipa na wafiri mu no ne ma no ye kase se waje ejapade ne de a hwewo se asemsi a ye se o mo papa na mo maame ne di mo maame na mo papa ade ejapade no wo no ho ye na sede se de ohwemo. That is it. So about capitalism na ehana de ejanu na abusia panyini no wa distribute resources no amu bia enti de wo pe na wo de den enti ehano you have to get a smart people. So when you smarter obekoye se obade bonyefo no okọ ne papa wo se onfa na japade no ema no na onfa nkobo ne bra ode ma na okọ ya ansi ni yie no. So that is the capitalism. Until before you practice capitalism, no, your citizens, you have to know that they are very smart. Until say, ujai a Japadian show monsa, or who bet me a utilizer no. And I also say, me kofia. So when I say, if I say a jana and never free na so we Japadia, na a mano, a fat, na or one far map penin, the bedia dear so the back room. Sa sensi e kase ane o maami anaso papa wu ye na japade no mo na mo faaye nti sa asema ba mo ankasa mo hwe because japade no mo nsem na wo so what you say. So that is the capitalism. Okay. Over MDC they practice socialism. Okay. And NPP so no ye practice capitalism. Na mame ma example unse se ne wo hwe Ghana wa hu no ye da so bo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah din. Most of the developmental project, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, that is the spirit of socialism. He is the father for every Ghanaian. The Ghanaian here be and I said so you have to with the socialism no or Panino and our president na or Shemo. Okay. Or Shemo. You saw manager padia. Now NPP they are not practicing full capitalism. They are practicing both hybrid, that is socialism and then the capitalism. Because over some of their pro-poor policies, most of the pro-poor policies in India is initiated and implemented by the spirit of socialism, those with the socialism ideology. Now, as NPP are capitalist, omo tete businessmen and women, omo grow private sector, omo grow entrepreneurs. Na se ene Ghana aye wumi NPP nete Ghana so edi Ghana so na businesses agu ukodwom amanfo ebre. Then what is the government doing? What is wrong with the government? Has NPP changed the ideology? And upon all, so your sister ideology no craft from capitalism, the general responsibility of the government to create an enabling environment for the business community so that they can also utilize themselves and build their businesses so that they will have a good life and the country will have peace. Whenever nipa na ye wo oman no mu no ye ho toya oman no so no ne ho to no. So that is why in 1990 UN said say when we talk of development we should target the people. So what targeting nipa no na oboa mo nipa no ne ho to no a it means say oman no atumpon oman no so ho ato no. And if the government is not creating an enabling environment to grow business, as some businessman no be say by now, he's perfectly right.
Okay.
He's perfect right in politics. But if, for instance, I always say, men fan say minim bibia, but the American no, when so fa kwa adwembi mu na bisa ho say, asema franki kan e no kore. Na pe wona wo fi say won so wonim de, na bisa mo na fa toto ho. I like a constructive debate.
Okay.
Me criticisms. It more criticize me a me pa. So you can bring it and let's have a constructive discussion. But I will never lie. In control and show. About him, Antino, as a businessman, he's perfect to ask.
Where the mammy be so? I didn't see your politicians number China every election year, so no mama the listening ears.
All because abana politicians no mayor. In Ghana here, any politician on file when just say abatuo adu and sana ubehu say okrokro or no neda and no panel of frail on friend no wafa of be opa mistakenly the old fraction no wafa and nina can say that politicians nina omo any abem pama bikula own friend oh friend me that politicians nina omo ni abem pama na abena
Papa.
Politicians are the leaders.
Okay.
Didn't your politicians buy any? At first, not to me, ekura na nanom. Ena transition buy ebekura asofofo.
Okay.
Ena political philosophers and so no ababeje. Now when we talk of politicians, it's now the philosophers,
Okay.
the elites, and then the ordinary. Now we've sidelined the religious bodies and then the traditionalists. And you crowd bagan hampodia, yes, nananom and your politics cry. Now, the leadership at first, now a state, we were in a state of emergency. The state was bleak. Now, the survival of the fittest.
Okay.
It is lived by the strongest. And now, he said, no. Abena wajapade ne a nka ai laptop yi meeting na mafa me de ko untimi nka hwe nkyere me we na wo a de na no ho de no ababaje ana omu nyina atena ase na omu se no adan na yempe obi a oye kukudufo
Okay.
ana omu se first na ntokwa wo ho pa bi a mehwe me kan bum na abena mo na mote ha na makwa me ne mo akwa na magimo japade ne nyina enti yenka ye hungum na yempa ahodenfo no na obunni ye so said ye beya ombe timi protect ye no mo protect ye japade enti se obi mo de kon ana obi pese osisi ya saa ahodenfo no beje and the leadership by. But so Ghana, ye dear ne dear a opposite. Leaders now no move queer. Obi vra wanti meku no wanju omwa no emi a omene aku omumia emi aku ye. So what is it? It is over Thomas Hobbes, John Locke and J.J. Rousseau. J.J. Rousseau capitalized say to me no ekura ye. Yen citizens no yen na to me ekura ye. And indeed it's true. The politicians, their power is temporal. Yen citizens, our power is permanent. Na identity no okura temporal power. Go okura permanent power. Or no di na wo di hia na ho kire. It's all because we've not come into realization. Yama omo afa ye nomu. Yama omo adadaye. That is why we are here to educate and make sure say you realize to yourself and think of yourself say the power belongs to you.
Okay.
You have the power to control and manage the affairs of the country. If you J.J. Rousseau can say, so for instance, say abana wona ye beto aba you say bedi yeso. Na botayentia ye to aba ma wo say bedi yeso no. Wan tumi anye na ye ho da so kire ya ye wo ho kwan say ye san so to aba you free so.
Okay.
Enuntina enei make a kire Ghana ni bi a otie me say memma obi enada meme kura no memma me nkan twa se koto wa aba ma A or B. Se meme ka kire wo se koto wa aba ma A or B a abena bisa ho se wo sori anopai awiei anyimrei anadwi wen na ma waduane di ye wen na masika ba obotom wen na dwen wo ho ba bia woda nipa no nim kwen ofaso didie kwen ofaso hwe wabusuya wo kone wo ba nipa no nim o how ne amane a eda oso no nipa no nim eno no na wo no badwense menso so o how ne amane a me wo mu nie die mi hia nie wen na esese me to abama no a obetumi ahimi afiri saa o how no na wankasa wakwa akoto because individually obia wo ne how ne na mane. But because the politicians don't want us to enlighten no, they do political season say ya na omo aheda ayira ya adwen every year how ne ya mane ho. Because in politics human behavior is illusion and unpredictable. And if human behavior is illusion, then the tactics of every politician is any power no eba bedu ho a yen start men won na yen sheda yen pe bibi kakra ema omo and over Ghana for yen Ghana ye nipa no we are very hospital. Ye ji ahoho ye ji nipa ye tai it's like ye dem from soche.
Okay.
Ye hu nipa mobo ye wa badaye enti sesane dia yen kom ho na yen krokro mo den ya mo de beche omo de ane ye na omo sanso tuma ya ne asanso amia won and yen fan to ho me say ye to aba no mom no munya tumi no wi a wako MP minister politician no ho owo ho so so ye si oni ho na frempo de me mo anka wo de se mo fra mo no mo kura tumi na mo fra mo no mo fa wo de mo anka sa mo make the judgment. So mo kura tumi no mo anka sa mo hwede ye de ye mo na mo petumi so so mo hwede o mo ka na de o mo de ye mo. This is the clear difference. So we Canadian company ko Japan, that is why Canadian company ko Japan stand tall. Orono emwana obo nipa orono obo dada nya aba 20. Yeah. Eti onu say so ukọ Asen Central onye campaign o because na said yes oye ma nipa no orono wa ye dada. I quite remember ye call one of the constituency police protocol or the amount of if you want constituency onye nipa kura a o say omunye onye bi ye call no di omo atem say mo sori a me ma pep protocol amamo me dia beto ho mo mpa nipa mra no mo nya nipa ma different community nipa na oba ya no so a ono so ni sika a o de be ye medicals na ade and one country on a book and not ten hosa amatam no pound. I consider on a see blasting no. Or say me matimia boa my more protocol. Nanti say unisika. I say one me country me. Maybe we have as MP. Say me boa mo wadi me do besi baby pa. And then that's now. So what can Japan? He is pressuring the people. The people of Asen Central. If me boa them mra bonte me country me. Ono na all pressure omo puntuo enya abatuo nti abatuo. That is why when we say election time in Japan or campaign for the constituency. Ono no onam and all your campaign man for. And there is no constituency in Ghana here. I can be a compare with Japan. Ne blueprint in here. What every constituency nipa ho dra waboa mo is unpredictable. That's why we hail Canada compare with Japan. And indeed Canada Japan is our hero when it comes to politics. And nobody can undermine that. So what I say? Enti abena politicians that is their strategy. And we should understand that. Enti if we never those politicians na when we say omo twebe omo no neda omo no nebe kwa fuom omo no no be ene kura na ebi mu botire na ebi mu wo fufuo na ebi mu si niema abena yemi say ya wo say MPC ya hene omo wa Ghana ha ya to abom ama omo wi a omo botire omo wo fufuo omo si niema yemi say ya ho. We should think and realize to ourselves. So fufuo no wo ye na to abama no a fufuo na ye problem. Wo to abana kwa no ma me wo fufuo no na wo wadada wa ma wura fi the actual problem how no eye niema sie but niema ye oba be sie de oh na me kura na ma adwena sesa se de meto abama no me fufuo ye wo ye na fufuo da ba bi odi fufuo nti oba be fufuo da ba bi ama wana usi niema da ba bi oba be si niema ama na that one is it your problem? Na uriya wa ba be fafo na me ba wi suku onya djuma nya me srama mu ama nya djuma me ba me mabre me pa djuma me yesi na wo kwa akoto aba no wo hwe wa djuma wo pa so na akoto aba na ye ba ye de ye business nyina agu na ye say ye wo successful businessman wo ho betumi abo ma business wo kwa akoto aba tia no so onim kasa se wa hunu hwe wa hunu. We should enlighten ourselves. Me bomb person what would tell you if odo Ghana na odo ayi nipa mpuntuo odwe nipa ho a share it manipa hunu the kind of politics we are doing in this country. Now we should come into realization yana na yebo e ho abro o kwa akoto aba hwe o how na wum no na kwatere kwa oso obema ntoma na watie ne din nipa no a ose koto aba ma no bisa ho se so owamwa bi de boawo a na onyeye gina so afakoto aba memmo bi na daw me kura no I think you believe in me, you trust in me, but me na daw asema me ka kire no fa kwa adwendwen mu na bisa ho se asema franki kan ampa ansa na watu hu anamon eno na beboawo ama wo daache asiye.
Mr. Frank Adane, where the mami fa we nto aso businessman e kanesema o kire a businessmen o mu Kumasi o mu business na collapse ama mo adane masisi a
we de kakum ya jide kwaku anum kwaku no so adesi we and I always applaud that businessman. We share businessmen and women minim say maka ho the politicians omo no otimi ye bold we dey omo ankasa pempena sini pay waka kire omo and indeed abena e no correct because of where Ashanti regional the history of Ashanti is a business hub inti eba adwadie e Ashanti inti most of the Ashantis either businessman or businesswomen. So the sika 10% krana or the bedigba. Because from their history, Oshe Teteno Amobaye na omu trade on the coastal areas, and it's as a result of trade and ebema the Ashantis and then the Fantis ebenya issue. Because Fantis they own the coastal areas. And they say Asante Fonso Kokudiga, then they have to tax them. Enti eba say business no air cost no then the Fantis has to increase the tax. Okay. The we as na ma Asante for no their profit is going to the fantas, and every businessman or woman aim is to maximize profit.
Sure.
Yes, enti ekobasa no they have to resist, because any businessman biya obe hand a profit biya no any bebro any be na see because ono ankasa fidi gadochi the business egu, so he will tell you at your face. And then mom obenya antokwa, and you see Asantes, they are very powerful and they are very strong when in terms of yanko.
Okay.
Until they defeated the Fantas, and a Fante for so no omoko siki protection from the colonial masters, the British. So no na ya na ibimo say ane Ghana ne colonial masters eco agreement say muni so for 100 years. It's never true. I dare to challenge anybody. I quite remember me call Cape Coast Castle. Brown abo can I campaign until me call Cape Coast Castle. Until ni pa no mo Castle hono. They no more koto, and he repeated the same thing, and I told him at his face it's never true. I told him at his face it's never true. He couldn't challenge it. So I am daring anybody who is a political philosopher or historian to come out say, Hefa, it was an agreement between the Fantas and the colonial masters to protect them from the Ashantis. So that is it. Enti ule ya beba ho in ayi me pedi ya beba bewo. Enti abasa, and that was the reason colonial masters on Asante for konye inya ukuma map mbeba. And Asantes, they are very brief. Omo defeat Kurana, then they revenge.
Okay.
And then more mochiche the powerful king and queen mothers into the Sasheza land and Eza near the other. But Asantes, when it comes to business, they are number one. But over Ashantis is here. Let me take Kumasi Kejetia for example. Over Kejetia market, one of the largest market, even not in West Africa, and a continue all aspect of business. But the problem there, me call her 2 or 3 times. Me call her abena na light, no light. Isun kabiu anopa area isun kabi. So that means the number of days here and hours are sumabano is productivity gone.
Okay.
Because businessman and woman no, the business no aka Wontumi yet. Over KJT market is phase 1 and 2. The phase 1 has been completed. What about the phase 2? Akaho. So what you say? And one thing is, the moment you would delay, na onyema aguwa winya obi manentoro, then your business is gradually collapsing. Na businessman no a reason yema mienu ama business a collapsing in Ashanti region. And we should be fair to ourselves. One, I say electricity bill. The electricity bill now all come from or say electricity no I increase in bill.
Yeah.
First na utia 4,000, which is 40 million. But in akwa kodru more than 20,000, which is 200 million. Inti se oya adwuma na profit na obenya no. Na ni nyina akwa akohye ho. This machine no kura na besa ya onya sika nkokura no. Onya sika mfa liba ma munya adwuma. Na che say the business has to collapse because of electricity. And if indeed, may I always pave way for constructive analysis. If indeed what he's saying is not true, you can come out and challenge. You're also a businessman or a businesswoman. Men also may daily be. But electricity now woken. It's never true. The bill has not grown increased. Now, Abna, the another one I very dangerous is about the dollar.
Okay.
And I was very happy. Say Okan in front of Dr. Bawumia. Because anything about the economy, dollar, we should ask Dr. Bawumia. Because he made a famous speech. If fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And nobody, no economist, can do propaganda with an economy. So if in doubt of the economy, let's observe the exchange rate. Now, what is the exchange rate? The dollar has increased. Prices of goods and services automatically. And not because me ankasa I am a witness. Enra me kokrum ena me dru boutique bi. Nam so me konkope black tra. Me kubisa black tra na yes 1,000 Ghana cedis. Na minim se me so daye. Nti me kura na yese me hunni me hoso. Nti wa na me kra no se ma mo challenge na me so wo de me ba. Nti me ba ya me ye program na me kan ye. Ena me ankasa bi ku baako na one or a fashion designer o sunyane I say Frank, oh boy, me no nya adwene. Na me your fashion designer and that no way say black tra ever cost 1,000 Ghana cedis. Na me say eh, nti me kwa ka ye no. Na I say Thomas na me say ah, ana me na mantini ye 100 cedis no na me fee say 1,000 na. E na me san fu tu na mon call store. Me call ye e na me frɛ no. Me frɛ no on phone. E na me bi say lady no say 1,000 Ghana cedis. I say hey, and I say na wan ka say me boa. I say da bi o. Me say me na onya adwe. Na me say ah na me makọ ho amokom say na me ba me twantro ade a me nya bi da eno no na ene me twa so na me bi say sister na say e ba ne say na one tra e 1,000 Ghana cedis ena o say omo niema no ni nyina free US ena eba na ye the dollar ena toye nti so we exchange rate no nso so a exchange rate na akosoro nti say tra no kra no say ye to ne $50 a o convert $50 na e cost 700 cedis. Whatever for 700 to 800 cedis. Now, what the buyer no so no, obetua duty. Duty no so no, ya the exchange rate and a charge. From port to baby and shop no one TNT. Shop no so high every businessman up a profit no profit room. Did not just say all your calculation no 1,000 no krana no ho could because of exchange rate dollar. And I'm say eh na ene e di nti munya me wo ha nyina na suit bi na am say na suit me misa me mo ha be hu misa na am say eh so nti asema ni bisa say nipa dodo sen na wo Ghana ha ombetimi yi 1,000 Ghana cedis akoto just one tra nipa dodo sen. Let's try to be fair. Enti da boutique re ho no nye collapse na ebe collapse ebegu because eniema no ebegu wa obi ama meto. So in political economy no we call it capital accumulation, and every capital accumulation leads to fallen profits. The result of capital accumulation are leading to fallen profit, and the advanced countries ebe discover Africa omo de call enkwasum na omo sanso de call colonialism, imperialism, and neo-colonialism ene omo asay ya brabo ama Africa Ghana ya protect ya pansam na omo sanso be say ya dwen asay yam politicians na dwen ama politicians no ne adwen papa wo ye ho ene ma papa so omo di gu na akwan mu e ma ye ho toye no omo nye na politicians anka so omo hweye ma ye ho toye no omo ankasa na omo kunye omo miaye. So what I say, but I know not yet, my fa and twin chain in another day, because a vasa na political way no ever. Enti abena, if the Ashanti businessmen, a castle who business is a good or more than a ma, and I think not Ashanti alone. Minim say mia bebriya or mutimi, even it is worse because so who create business I want Ashanti and yama boy for pa. Yeah. It is a Asante phone power business a flexible nema boy for wo ye business a wo mere empo no mu sun na other areas a bit is a galamsey community ni mining community there ene ya bana jai me kai winim ai ma me ba ko bi ko susu ya bedurum ne bo de ne ko bi sa ma me na o se dollar kosoro am ya bergo abra and you see when it comes that way, yeah, na be brain make arguments say na body what's $1 cost what to body mu na body so cover report. That is the argument that some people are making. Consus your party were full and also have a duty who bay and also affected dollar. No maya wo can be a dear one now cover free man on it. I'll say affected dollar. But the fact is, let's try to call ourselves a spade a spade. Kwa nsusu ya na ma mene tono ana nipa no tono ono nsoso no obedi emo obedi anwa obeto trousers ahye enti se okotone aboofo a obeye den wenye sika kwa akoto sa trouser ya ba ko peye 1,000 da benda yes so what you say enti ono nsoso no se de beya obe meeti the import and dollar driven commodities, you know. So no non-import and dollar driven items, you know. So no raise to that standard.
Okay.
So that is substitution. Said the buyer or not bet me feel comfortable, no leave. So that is the very principle. So that's why we do not have any price control, because empanifona and kese control dollar and import driven commodities. No, they are not doing their job. And it's a new man boy na say nipa so come market, you do not have any audacity. If you have any audacity, go and raise the dollar, increase decrease the price of fuel. And whenever there is increase in fuel and exchange rate, you have economic hardship, and it affects. So when it affects those things, and nearma emfa fuel home, emfa dollar home, emfa duty home, and also so automatically someone automatic adjustment. Now and also so adjusting home. In fact, Kumasi for business. And say yes sir omo ho kire omo a na ni bresempa na oka no, because Ashanti region NPP stronghold, and it will be very difficult say as Santini begina ho aye bold against the vice president. And my question is, why is the vice president silent about the Ghana's economy, especially the dollar?
Mr. Frank Adane, Papa, you are now so what I was say NPP MPs. Any ministers, they are not doing anything to help the businessmen.
Obahema,
Papa.
No do. So mu no kai. I mean more an example. Okay, Ashanti regional minister. Simo say Mensa. Okotna TV so. Onu anka say signature project NPP aye no Ashanti region. Almost 5 when you went to me. I see you office and chair ho. Ashanti regional minister for almost 8 good years.
Wow.
Project Mako sa 5 NPP abanya yen wa Ashanti region went to me. Now, and so what they kaya senso boache. Or MP Bantoma. Or sanso a cabinet minister. You see, or a road minister. Or also so called TV so. Now you could be saying almost project 5 NPP in Ashanti region. Or also went to me. A could be asked or say all about man or one country and say, hey! It is a businessman no kase Ashanti region MPs and ministers amwa Ashanti regional. It's perfectly true.
Okay.
Because Ashanti region, I'm the largest MPs, 47 ministers, bebre, CEOs, government appointees, bebre. But look at how people are suffering in Ashanti region. And you have news about the rise of food commodities. Ubia to ade, or the amakaya, or the akokwa ho, or ba, or betobia ka ho, near sanso increasing. Bikura ho me so mbetim kura na wato ade na watua ka wo kono kwa na ya frɛ ya tumti fase besoso. That is look at the tomatoes, the price. Any tomatoes we call it cocaine because very expensive and very lucrative. And I would advise the youth to go into farming, tomato production, pepper production. Maybe akura na me yadoma kupa o makontos. Don't go there. Mekai makontos enam kuruma. With those people are free suma. Ya wo area iflo adukuru ya fu ehona ya ekwa fu nsu wo ho ya do makoni ntosi na ade and makoni de na ya do na wo one farm area iflo ho kwayim. Aha menim say omo free suma hinkuro ATM na me maku na ni tino so no me fast rough and obana ya do maku and men the fattest ntos mako bibia ye bibia and ya banso so enenu adoa. Okay. Enu adoa. Ya banso amena meton wo. Yete na yesiesie ni obodwa so na me de akwafi na me so na me 3 year. Enema bi ade ba so me bia e beto ni nyina. Mostly me na she is also a businesswoman. I stay with my stepmother. eti say oton no so ton bayere ai katie ne ade oniema bebre omo de ba even say obi di kan to bi amena me kwagiska o say ma me fo no yes say be me kwagi ada mi say niema na enche besa enti say obeto ade enti say ode niema na ba bi am wo bi ade say me wa around enti me mimpie that was mimpie eneni ne nyina kura mimpie say nyese bia program ne beso ma me ko ha no ena say almost one year man so akoton a obi ko akoton ade na oso a me na ye frema me beso no say o ko akoton ade a say ye beso a me na ye be ma beso me so wa ko ye besa aha me I quite remember we say dey ben Cote d'Ivoire ya na ye ton kokonte banche udwa na ye ho a timi koton na Cote d'Ivoire nkruma ntusi ni nuado na nyina timi de ko ye nante form e de ko Cote d'Ivoire e kokoto efro ho bonduku aha masa aya no me refuse franka dare de me I've done a lot I hemachi ye omo ko so mo so la hemachi o bia be 2 o'clock 3 o'clock when I want done ya ba be nya no beso mo ani ya omba mesemeso o nyina ino so mo ma me kapre o but then na ma nyankopon hira me no. So that's why I always preach say let's all be honest, truthful, and ebia de wo ye ni no wunya so mfaso wo bre but ochina bi wunya so mfaso. So what I say nti I always preach good for you. Do the right thing to all manner of people and God will bless you. Nti me will be na me 3 year pa when it comes to business.
Mr. Frank Adani who say chama Wontumi boyfriend then dey na ba intia.
Na say chama Wontumi na ho a kire do. We dey ai chama Wontumi so apenso so we dey afono no. Wa ka say wonim say chama Wontumi niam a waye no wa Ashanti region enye. And you can see that say Muse pede na oka no it affirms the first statement na weka no omo pe to me de omo ahye da nante aba omo nan aso ato table fefefe amomo aduane nsuo bi se producer no mo yesa de no muse na oka se omo fa phone kra from omo mfa ombe frɛ from omo mfa omo anya tumi awie and chama Wontumi is an example na chama Wontumi ani abere me wa se na oka na ye no kre. And you see the businessman is so bold because ono no nim de oka
yeah
ose nyewo nkoa munyina politicians sana musubantie and indeed abena ye nokre we politicians sana musubantie me see say ye petum anoma bakure atwama wafre ofre uwi nkura wafre no kwa ha na wafre mihu misko musukura no fre o wa sheda obo wa adwen o da bi minyam fre yo o da bi wenu so aba o okay bia na mensa ne mi aso o wane okay mate na winim nyame ya adoma wahunu me pese me baho na usa ayifo na omo wo ha no ko ho na omo nko kasa wo de boabo mo ano wo de obeye bia no ha sika no de menwene ho ka besi bia me de be ma na bomoden se obese na no na wo se oba no de be na open no police wahu okay wo de fa na yi no fa send me sisi ya okay so opa adwuma okay me ne madam fu bia kasa nti ombe frɛw nti ye wa yi ni ready why say ya o say ya na wo de ma ye nto aba no wie be fatumi no mo say kirim Allah the number kura 3 days bi obese no
wo say unya sa nyama na asa na wa bedi so
that is it etrunim say eduwa they know na omodi kan ya conscientize wa adwen afiri wo problem no so nti na ma eniema wo demand ni bia no just flashy things enya niema ne bu edu eye sustainable nti ase niema aduane sika kakra ensuo ni adibi na ye bobo ye organize football na ye ko morning devotion na ye ko jogging na ye we na ya team na ye kompai bo na ye te park so sa niema na ye de be se wa again enti ye to aba no wie se krim eno ano no na wasesa na 3 days be obesesa na number ya be samia wuku boy se abre starting here the way samia wuku was very vocal speaking yeah them say samia wuku but look at him today look at samia wuku when ya do obenya wie wahunu look at the young guys of war NPP mu and me say abena if for instance me pay me ho a nka manya me ho tap
sure
Sabe wa mo fra mo ka na Franco ka wa no tuma senke be more position you. Na me magic position. Look at how people are suffering. And you die. Because abna me wa hunu. Ade aya e ma me kasa ye the way people are suffering. Me hu se nipa ebra na eye me ya. Say aden na se nipa bresa. At least in our own capacity we can do something to help.
Sure.
Intino Chama Wontumi there, he has cost a whole lot. And obai wanyana hotam. Because those who know Chama Wontumi knows him from where he how he was and how he has become today. Nti Chama Wontumi there wanyabi pa. No be otimi ko yi good wo studio there and not once, several times. Na say business is egu. Now you have all these resources. Now wantimi amfa nso mo asene. Wantimi amfa mo a. Are you not part of the problem? You not cause a problem.
Sure.
Yes. Now you can't over Gina Haba. You should just shut up.
We enjoy final words for me.
There, make a check Ghana for you and say, or might be a between a business. So call advanced countries are private businesses a doors of Senate government. Now, I say Ghana for a let me be the dance here. Say, me kwa man on hoda. Suya na musuya. Na a practical experience amount for a minimum one ma from one or monso so acheche me niemum. Inti se wo ho na ofi say asema America na meboa wo de ka frank de wo kan de enye no kre. I will accept that. Then now de no kre no so dey aba. Na oba yen Ghana ha de a. Na nka ye bota ne se mpanimfo no omuntimi mie nwuma no. Ese se omoboa nanka ankura so bie nyuma na omoboa na nipa yasetenam ekoso sede as a leader biaye. But the young Ghana for your leaders yi omo de omo na omo sanso besiri tumi we ho no omo de bia bebe mia ye kon aye ntimi nya de ebeye ukokanso so aye ba bepe wabo we Ashanti region ana weti aye board senka ye first ya kan hanko wi an kombeche na abon yes kombeche na abon because any person or cancer in Ashanti region NPP stronghold we na kire se enema dane eti won so no dane hu bi na me sanso aka kire wo se fiti sa breko yi said Jesus Christ kan na te said ya wi yemre no nipa bebri politicians bebri beba on be yese o mo pe wa asem o mo be yese nkire ni bebri ye be sha ogba ahodo ye bem ye bi am wo hunu se oye nanso no o de dada wa pe vote na so koto abama no wi a at the end of the day no e na obehu bread food me an kasa mini me yonko baako bra na ye primaries no there is leader bi okudi na chi o assure na say obema na adwuma enti na owo candidate odi na chi paa o e na o free ho okọ ho besi nne nipa no wi ni ye de besi nne adwuma enti mesre mama ye ni na ho politician na ubehu se okrokro bebiribi no during abato abre no mesro oni adwem papa ma me say any politician okrokro in abato abre no oni adwem papa ma na won so wo kwa akoto aba wan kasa tenase enye mansa amambi kode kurikuri obeje na ode bekwa akoto aba hwe wan kasa oha ne amane a wo mu no na gina so na penni pa ufi se obetimi aboawo na wona wo contest no biso ho se won na anya akwanya nko obetimi aya wantumi anye na kwatere kwa oso be ma ontoma na watie ni din de osi obetumi aya no bisa se adenti na sa abre oda so chewo ha no mu a onyeye na odwe ho adwem papa enka waye enti wutumi na ekura no eye permanent memma obi mfa tempera emma meje mane mfa ne ho eni ne ho tam na wo de ohaw amane ohia ahokyere nya na nyankopon bo ma wo nyankopon de wasi yie enu ntina ode tumi ama wo enti matumi na nyankopon de ama no enadi memma obi mfa na da ene atro enye influence emma wo ho enkokyere
ye beda wase fa Mr. Frank
menso so madam wase
I was saying for Mr. Frank Adane and I attend a kind of political science and as a woody in same way. Bebrena and Odia Tuja Ameatibi and then or Yenina Yesubi internet say Fabitu go to Jim no who send ya also be sifa atwaba esiafa enhwe say ya wutu MPP and MPP dear or ya den ya ebo kwa na edi ni baba besu ho no MPP na meto man hwe nipa na ya di ni age na no ansa na wato waba edi aman aha na ebrebe me yakwa me edi nkomotwetwe ni nyina esie makam
se wetu wani na wo hwe nkonwa papa a esi ha bibia ye set men how ho hwe video na se ni anje hum de ko number wo ho fa na contact ye na ye more direction no meaning say ade papa bia ye bebo ho da we for Ken TV bia no ye ka se eye nokore a ya hwehwe ma hunu nti na ye bo ho da we enti nyame adom ye ma me nso so no o support Kennedy compare kwa Japan or a business woman enti mo ye nyina ye support the business women omo support Kennedy Japan na omo business no enkoso enti we de ni die kwanso me sada me nsayem se open konwa set ato agu fee ana se wadwumam aye E&J home decor we dey fa number na frɛ the be more direction but the own person be ba hampo a ya anka said bugu kamu na ya de abrɛw menim say we are for Ken Ghana for no beboa ama ye ma me business no akoso for any enquiries we dey fa number no yeah we are for Ken you say ade a ye bo ho da robia no eye papa asemba come and hold us responsible.
So once you say same if you Royal Gallery wo opekuma and into jema me number no ni ndin kita wo dem 0537 314546 0537 314546 na man na me de atuja amount no from ma me no ni ndin kita wo de so person yes say wo ba no mfanya na yo fro ana say yes say wo ba no mfanya bibibia e fa na nanom ne ehema asem ho and dem e kan for Royal Gallery e de amount say from no ni omu ndin kita wo de on be say wo ba no so de ye bibi e wo school ana say mpo wo to e de amuna wo nua e wa amunane ana say wankasa wo to na wa ton baby biala wo biala free delivery baby bia wo won sebeka say wo Ghana ha say wo amunane baby bia wo bia wo fra maami a wo ni bedin kita wo de na wo so be siesie na wo ba no na wa ye feye papa.
The foundation of every kid's education is important to every parent. That is why Leap International School is here to give your kids a solid foundation. The school that cares about its environment and seeks to transform it is one that cares about the education and well-being of its kids. The school has a playing ground, a bus to convey the kids in and out of school, as well as a well-furnished facilities and resources to groom the kids to future leaders. Not forgetting the well-learned teachers that are patient with the kids to ensure understanding is easy. They are located at Amanfilm off the Kumasi Amasamanjo. For more information, call 0246 928 031 or 0246 098 067. Be part of a school that leads, learns, evolves, acts, and develops through sound education. Leap International School, the next leaders.
School na batan biara de ne baro ko hono ni yo. Oye Rainbow Montessori International School. Rainbow Montessori International School. Waji mo from Krachi. Ikosi JHS. Na Rainbow Montessori International School mo from ana. What been wrong? Osane what the Montessori curriculum in a syllabus. Na what the trauma na. Na teachers wo hona. When you know why degree holders what the abutana badoyan what the trauma from ana dio. Na Rainbow Montessori International School. Wakitaba funyo man what the trauma from ana. It's your mama from ana not doing boy wrong. Wakita ultra modern science laboratory, computer laboratory, library and research center, art and sculpture laboratory, hygienic canteen, now for a clinic. Na moye ni ka 1 point there. Rainbow Montessori International School. Oye boarding house. Inya into onfahu baby awo biara. Wawo from anu betuma ba school. Onfahu there watakwa. Takrade, Elibo, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. One boarding house facilities na. Oye modern standard. Na wo wahwefu papa. It's your house master and house mistress. What you want to a boarding house no. It's your nyisro biara. Bambo another security no so ya sure. It's if wo from anebra. Na ebe hu Rainbow Montessori International School. School. It was Takwa in Soyem, opposite police station. It is said Ubaba Rainbow Montessori International School. Tuwa Junim Nada. Wasan Wabat Shana the Papa. Emana Zamsina. Wachar 111. It is called you admission forms. It was Hantaman Rabank. Watakwa in Soyem branch. Frayene 0277 100 823. Rainbow Montessori International School. In Moframa Wanda China won't fap him. Oshasuaha. It's a Hana Bartan Biara. Ordinary from a river.
Hey, Joe. What did it take? The Fancy Association of North America, aka Mana, present the Sister Mana Congress. Now this time, we're Connecticut to what we say voodoo. Now this year theme of the year, decreasing infant mortality by providing proper facilities for safe delivery. Enjoy infant food. Any akaye one boom. Ya popo ya ho. Ni za poor humanity. Onunti. Any to suffer the bra. Akaye ho Connecticut. Ni yenye mo onye feel. Now this year na event lineup or ye tight rough. Ya shall Friday July 12. Onu or ya fashe kasepa. Ya share him for. Na ya so. Ya be showcase the best of our tradition. Na brabo share the most beautiful cultural display. A people friend carnival. A person able to my friend who mom pay. More time they beji you to the fullest. You must share him for. You do not check Connecticut to Crown who in Asia. Na you rena di chine Saturday na. On your dinner and fundraising gala. Ababadu a Marriott Hartford. Ewa Windsor Airport. 28 Day Hill Road. Windsor, Connecticut. 06095. Na di Sunday na. Only your cookout. You on your summer edition. Rade, Bedibi, Bonumbi, face South by Heart, Yatun Safro, our Connecticut, and bring the Sister Mana Congress, Yadi Bashasi. I came there, one some, one in Nipa.